This is my life, and I know you're a Christian, but you got to allow me to live my life. I do love you, and I hope that nothing change. But you will never ever see me with a guy. So that is not my life. Do you get it? I said, no, that's exactly what I said. And I actually came off the phone and actually cried like for an hour because I was like, oh my God, I nearly killed my mom. Because in my head, I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy.
oh my God, is it because I said that to her that night? Hey guys, what's up? This is Kenny.
And this is Shella, back at you.
Okay guys, so our topic is today. What is it?
How we came out to our parents, or did we even come out to our parents?
Yes.
Like, what happened? How did it all happen?
Yes.
What's the status?
Well, for me, it's a long story.
Yeah.
Very long story. And, you know, being a lesbian in Jamaica, it was really difficult. And especially when you live in the inner city. And that's where I'm from, you know, the inner city. And, you know, the first time I actually found out that I actually like girls was at school when I kissed my best friend. And then I realized that, holy crap, did I just kiss her? And then I realized, oh my God, it feels so good, like, whoa. And then, you know, I realized that I'm more attractive to, you know, a girl than a guy. And then over the past years, I try to fight the feelings, and then, you know, I can't go to my parents, I can't go to my siblings because, you know, I always hear they say being a lesbian is wrong, or if you're a sodomite, blah blah blah, what people gonna do to you, or, you know, say, and the old Adam and Eve shit, and, you know, you're gonna go to hell and all that crap. But for me, actually, you know, when I met my first girlfriend, it was good. And then I was basically had a friend who was popular in Jamaica, and at the time people used to say, oh, she's one of the biggest lesbian in Jamaica. So every time somebody see me with her, you know, they started to call me names. Oh, you're a sodomite, why you hanging out with this person? But I didn't care. I didn't care because this was my life and I just didn't care. But on the other side, you know, my parents, you know, they heard about her. They saw her dropping me home, and my mom didn't like it at all because, you know, she strongly believed in God, and she strongly believed that
what it leads
it's supposed to be a woman and a man together, not two women or two men together. So that was an issue for me. And even though I knew at the time, I knew my parents do love me, but because the way Jamaica is and the way how Jamaican parents are, you know, they make it seems like being gay, it is the worst sin in the world. Like, it is the worst sin ever. Like, there's no other sin, greater sin than being gay.
Yeah.
So that's how,
well, being gay and killing people, so like those two sins go hand in hand.
I personally believe that most Jamaican think that
being gay is a
they would rather to kill somebody
than to be gay.
And that's just what it is. And, you know, I was like, you know, in the inner city being gay and stuff, so I had to get out. And I wanted to talk to my mom when I was like 20 and let her know, you know, I like girls, blah blah blah. But I didn't find the courage to because of the situation and of their how they think and their mentality and behavior towards, you know, being gay. So I didn't, but then I remember one day I called her and I was like,
How old were you then?
at that time I was in my 20s still, and I
Okay.
remember I called her and I was like, oh, I mentioned something about my girlfriend. I was talking about girlfriend because I was so accustomed, like, you know, because at the time I was living with my girlfriend, and I was talking about my girlfriend, and she was like, first she was like, you know, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, you know, I like girls, and this is what it
That
is.
was an epic moment.
Yeah, this is what it is. And she was like, you know, it's wrong, and you know, I am not gonna stop pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray, and then I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray, you know, for you because it's wrong, and you know, you didn't born this way, and you know, you will change, and all the story, the Bible story, and everything she was telling me. And then you know what happened? Like 2 days after, my brother called me and told me that my mom was sick. She's in the hospital. And I was like, fucking hell, what did I do? Like, oh my God. So I had to call her back. So when she came out of the hospital, I called her and I said,
No,
you know,
but what was wrong with her though?
because my mother, she had high blood pressure.
Oh, so you
So,
thought you...
so I thought because
Yeah.
what I said to her,
It sent her
send her
pressure
blood
up.
pressure up. So I called her. So when she came out, actually, I called her and I was like, oh, you know what I said? You know, don't take it serious. Because I didn't want to have that guilt
Yeah,
of,
I
oh my God, because I
understand.
told my mom that I was gay, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, what the heck did I do? So I called her back and I was like, don't take it personal. It's not what it is. I was just talking, you know, it's what it is. Don't take it personal. And I actually came off the phone and actually cried like for an hour because I was like, oh my God, I nearly killed my mom. Because in my head, I'm like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
oh my God, is it because I said that to her that night? And to be honest with you, it was on my mind for almost a month. I couldn't just, and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna, like, why did I tell her that, you know? And I'm like, you know what, I'm so happy that she was feeling better and everything was okay with her at the time.
Yeah.
And you know what I did, I kind of separate myself from my siblings, my parents. I totally separate myself. From that day, I talked to my mom every day, but
You don't discuss.
I didn't discuss my sexuality to her nor anything. I talked to my At the time I talked to my sibling, but I didn't mention anything. I just lived my life separately from, you know, when I'm seeing them or going to look for my mom. But you know what the funny thing is, that every time I'm going to visit my mom on a Sunday, because my ex-girlfriend, she used to be like, oh my God, I love your mom food, let's go
Also,
down.
she used to come around your mom.
My ex-girlfriend, yeah.
So, but your mom knew she was your girlfriend.
No, she didn't know. She just thought that we were just friends.
Okay.
So my mom thought that we were just friends. So I think she was actually in denial.
Yeah, she was probably in denial.
Yeah, at that time.
And just accept it as blindly accept, you know, her as your friend.
Exactly. We used to go for dinner on Sunday, and then one time my ex-girlfriend was like, let's just sleep by my mom. And I remember we slept by my mom's house, and at the time my siblings were in the States at the time, so it was just my dad and my mom was there. So I slept in our room. And the funny thing that happened, that my girlfriend and I was like making out, and it feels so
You're bad.
It felt so good. I was like, fucking hell.
Under your parents'
I'm having
roof.
sex with my mom. Not just.
Do you realize your parents might see this video?
Not just with the same sex. That was epic, I swear.
Do you realize your mom might see this video?
Okay, and I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. I was like, this is so bad. And then, you know, I reached to a point where you know, I was working and doing stuff for myself. And then one day I was talking to my mom and I was like, I think this was when I was in the Cayman Islands at that time, when I was working in the Cayman Islands. And I said, Mom, you know what? I really love you. And I'll do anything for you. And you know what the funny thing? It is so funny because at the time when I told her and she got and she got sick after. I'm not sure if it was because of
It wasn't because of you, babe.
what I did,
It's probably
but
just a
she wasn't a
coincidence.
Christian. She was going to church, but she wasn't like a Christian yet. You know, like the old thing of getting baptized, whatever. She wasn't. So when she got baptized, I was like, oh my God, like this is gonna be worse. Like, how am I gonna tell my mom that I like girls and she's a Christian?
Well,
like
you already told her.
like
so...
I already did, but I take it back, right? But
well, yeah, you did.
I tell her that, you know what, forget it. It's not like that. Blah blah blah, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do now? She's a Christian, and you know, Jamaican Christian, like. You say you're a lesbian, they don't even want to come. They don't even want to sit beside you. That's how bad it is. And I'm like, whoa. But then you know what? I got the courage and I said to her on the phone, because at the time I was in the Cayman Islands, and I was like, you know, at the time I think I was like in my 30. I think I was like 30, 31, 32 then. And I said to her, you know what? I like girls. And this is my life. And I know you're a Christian, but you got to allow me to live my life. I do love you. And I hope that nothing change. But you will never ever see me with a guy. So I said, Mother, you listen to me. You will never ever see me with a guy, because that is not my life. Do you get it? I said, no, that's exactly what I said. I said, do you get it? You're not gonna see me with a guy. I don't like being with a guy. I said, I tried it once. It didn't work. I don't want to be with a guy. I want to be with a girl. So this is my life. And she was like, and the funny thing, I don't know, man, but sometimes life it's funny, because I thought that me and her conversation gonna go really bad, like really, really bad. And she said, you know what? You're my child. You know, you're my child. And I love you. And when she said that, I felt like a load. Yeah. It's like this load just, I was like, oh my God. I was like, but she's a Christian. No, in my head, I was like, oh my God, she's a Christian and she's accepting me? Like, I don't get this. You know, this is a Jamaican Christian mother saying, I'm her child, when I just admit to her that this is for real this time. This is who I am. And I'm not turning back. So it's either, and I said to her, if you don't want me to be in your life, I will accept that and get out your life if that's what you want. And she said, I cannot do that. You're my child. She said, to be honest with you, I don't like the fact that, she was like, you know, that's your choice, even though I don't agree with it. But I cannot tell you how to live your life. And I was like, wow. She actually said it, that I was actually waiting for this. Yeah. And when she said that,
was like a breakthrough moment.
I felt like I could just, I didn't care at that time. Like, who wants to know or who wants to judge me? I didn't care.
Because
and then,
your mom accepted
because
you.
and then
That's a
My
good
dad
feeling.
was like, Nosy, because my dad called me Nosy Parker. And he was like, Nosy Parker? I still news that, man. That I still news. Nosy Parker. He said, Nosy Parker, you tell me to know from your teenager, you like for go play a football and then somebody, I was like, what the heck? Then one day I was actually talking to my sister and I was like, the reason why I wasn't calling or, when I was in the Cayman Islands, I didn't call you guys because I thought you guys wouldn't approve. And my big sister was like, girl, get out of here. Like, and then my
That's
younger, and
oh yeah,
that's Diane.
Diane.
And then my younger sister was like, we knew, girl, we knew. They were like, we knew all this time. So I said, you guys know? I was like, of course, you're my sister. We used to sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You were always out with girls, whatever.
Knew all along.
So all along they knew.
Mm-hmm.
And, that was something good that I love my sisters and I love that they actually accept me for who I am. And my brother, my brother is always like, I don't care how you live in your life. If I go to Jamaica right now, he would walk with me so proudly. And I know that for a fact. And, and I just feel good about that they actually, accepted me for who I am. Even when I was getting married and actually, even that time I was kind of, oh my God, this is another step. Like, what is she going to say? Because this is a more deeper step I'm taking. And I said to her, I'm going to get married. And everybody in the house went silent.
Yeah. I remember how you felt when you found out they weren't going to come to the wedding.
And, my mom...
Yeah.
She's a Christian and she believe what she believe in, and I don't know if I should say she accepted she accepted me for who I am, or she just accept the fact that I am her child and she's not going to deny the fact that I am her child and she loved me. So therefore, there's nothing she can do. So even though she wasn't here for my wedding, but she still, talked to me and tell me exactly how she feel about, being a Christian and with my lifestyle. And I do understand that, and I respect her for the truth. And I know, regardless of what, even though she wasn't at my parents wasn't at my wedding, at first I had a little doubt about it, but I know that they love me. And
you had a doubt, babe?
And I know that, yeah, at some point I did have a doubt when I was getting married. I was like, oh, I bet you if it was...
I remember how you struggled,
but
I didn't know you were actually doubting that they loved you.
Yeah,
I was telling you that no matter what, you just have to respect their religion. Just understand that they still love you, even though they're not
I had a problem with that.
Support, you getting married to a woman, but still they love you. I know that.
I know. I had a problem with that, and I actually had to talk to a few people.
Yeah, I remember you spoke to a few people
to get understanding of it, because at first I was like, they can't be love me because if it was
But I did tell you though. Babe.
Yeah, if it was my other sister, or if I was getting married to a guy, then they would want to be here. But then I understand now where my mom was coming from, and
it just boils down to religion, and you have to respect other people's beliefs. Yeah.
And the fact that but it is not easy, being a Jamaican and being gay.
No, it's not.
It is not an easy road, and a lot of people are going through a lot, and I have to be grateful that my siblings and parents, even though my mom, you know, believe in God and believe that being gay is wrong, and she still believe that being gay is wrong, but she still love me and support me and accept the fact that this is my life and there's nothing she can do about it more than just pray for me and ask God to guide and protect me. And she said that every day, and I respect her for that.
Yeah.
So
I knew that your parents loved you no matter what, even though I've never actually met them. Well, I'm still looking forward to meeting them. But the way you talked about them leading up to the marriage, the way you guys communicated often on the phone, like all the time talking, you know, having conversations, I knew they loved you and they love you. And even though they said they're not going to be able to come or whatever, I knew that it was just because of their religion and what their beliefs were, and it had nothing to do with their love for you.
that's good that you believe
Yeah,
that.
and I did tell you that.
Yes,
Because
you did.
I know, based on my own experience, I knew. Yeah, it's just religion. It boils down to religion and values and morals that individual people have.
I'll forever love my parents. I forever love my siblings. That thank you guys for accepting me, and that's a privilege. It's a
Yeah.
privilege, and I thank you guys for love me for who I am, and I'm so grateful for that. And God bless you. God bless you all.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. If you have any suggestions for us regarding what you just heard or any advice, just comment below, and we'll have to post a part 2 to this video because
Part 2? Why a part 2?
because I can't. It's too long, babe.
You know what, guys? Listen. Sometimes my wife is crazy. But all I want to say is that don't be scared to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to stand up for who you are. Love yourself. Stand for who you are. Stand for who you are. Stand for who you are.
Yes.
And never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself.
Thanks again for watching.
Peace out.
Peace.